Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be reviewing the New Balance 1080 version 13s. So I know I'm a little bit late to the game now with the 1080 version 14s coming out, but that does mean the version 13s will be on special offer. So I thought I'll get this review in now. So first of all, I bought these shoes with my own money from the Lincolnshire Runner. They're my local store and I would strongly recommend going to check them out. And in terms of the kind of technical specifications of this shoe, it features a knitted upper with a padded tongue, a padded gusseted tongue, and a little bit of padding to the heel counter that's quite firm. The midsole features a new formulation of the Fresh Foam X compound compared to other versions of the 1080 and other shoes in the Fresh Foam lineup from New Balance. And the outsole features a blown rubber outsole which has been strategically placed in those hard wearing areas. In terms of the weight of this shoe, so this shoe comes in at 280 grams in my UK size 9.5 or US men's size 10. New Balance are a little bit weird with their sizing in the UK to US conversion. But for me, these shoes are 10 grams heavier than the Nova Blast. Now, let's get on to kind of how the shoe feels. So this upper on the shoe is very, very comfortable. It's one of the only shoes I haven't had to tie the lace lock technique in because I just get such a good fit. I get no heel slippage whatsoever. New Balance tend to be pretty good with their heel lockdown, so that's no different here. This is just a great lockdown on the shoe and just a great fitting upper. Even with my wide forefoot, I've still got plenty of space and the upper still has some give to it, so I feel no irritation there in my toes. So it just kind of screams comfort. And in terms of kind of the midsole, so the midsole, you kind of get that sink-in feeling to it. You get that sink-in comfort feel. And there's very few shoes out there on the market where you kind of get that feel. And there's probably a few Brooks shoes, and more recently for me, I've had the Mo 17, you get that sink-in feel. But the New Balance 1080 kind of takes that to the next level. It is the most comfortable shoe I think I've worn, and especially for running. Now, moving on down to the midsole. So the midsole has a stack height of 34 mils in the heel, 28 mils in the forefoot for a 6mm drop. And that was measured also by Run Repeat by using the World Athletics measuring standards. And this midsole is very, very soft. So if I kind of like press into it, you see it has kind of a lot of give to it. And this is definitely the softest shoe I've worn for running. And I'm just trying to think, probably the Vomero 17 is probably the only shoe out there that kind of has, this is similar in terms of softness, but this is even softer. So with the midsole being so soft, you do sink into the shoe and you do get a good kind of ground contact with the road. It does mean that you can feel kind of little rocks under your foot if you run maybe a little bit off-road on some gravel paths, but they don't hurt because you've got so much stack height there that if you step on kind of the stone, you just feel it poking through, but it doesn't hurt your foot. Because of that highly cushioned nature of the shoe and that soft midsole foam, combined with that 6mm drop, you kind of get that natural feel to the shoe, and I've really enjoyed running in it. So I am kind of a bigger fan of these natural feeling shoes, especially for those easy runs, recovery runs, because you kind of just feel like your lower legs, particularly like your calves, you can just stretch them out, and it just, you know, it's like babies' legs a little bit. So moving down now to the outsole of the shoe. So this hard wearing blown rubber really is quite hard wearing. I've put in maybe over 300 miles into this shoe, and there's only minimal signs of wear across most of the rubber. It's only really in the high wear areas in the forefoot and near the heel where there seems to be some sort of wear to the rubber outsole, but there's still got plenty of rubber outsole left, which is definitely good in terms of durability. I probably foresee the foam actually degrading before the outsole of this shoe, because with the exposed foam here, it's starting to see a little bit of wear and tear, partly because I run most of my runs on gravel path. But with this midsole foam, there is kind of quite a lot of creasing now after like the 300 mile mark, but it's still got quite a lot of life left in it, in this midsole. So I foresee maybe getting another 200 miles at most out of these shoes. I don't foresee these being kind of quite as durable as the Nova Blast, with the foam being a little bit softer. So would I recommend this shoe? I would strongly recommend this shoe. For me, this has been an amazing easy run, recovery run shoe, but it has also had kind of enough pep in its step to go these faster paces. So when I've been doing strides, I know some people out there maybe haven't quite got on with how soft it is for running faster. It wouldn't be my first choice though for going faster. I would choose a Novablast 4 over these for running faster. But for strides, this has felt amazing. But you do just have to work a little bit harder with the softer foam to kind of run faster in this shoe. If you're someone who's kind of on their feet a lot, walking around all day, this would probably also be a great shoe for you because it is just so comfortable. You know, it feels very nice on your foot. And yeah, when I eventually retire these shoes from running, I probably will just use these as my walk around shoe because they just are so comfortable for walking too, as well as running. However, kind of just some other key points to note. So if you are kind of a bigger, stronger runner, or you're not a big fan of softer shoes, I probably would stay away from these shoes. And that is just because the foam is just so soft, you may not like that kind of feel to it. If you're kind of after a slightly more versatile daily trainer that can do a little bit more than just easy run recovery and run paces, then the Novablast 4 I would recommend because that can do all paces other than that kind of track workouts. This I would say is more kind of tuned to that easy run recovery, run paces. Yeah, just another kind of downside to the shoe is because this is a knit material. When this shoe does get wet in the very wet conditions, so if you kind of like step in a really big puddle, the shoe just tends to absorb the water and can become quite heavy. So just be aware of that. But in terms of the grip in wet conditions, it's really good grip in the conditions. This rubber outsole provides amazing grip. And I would definitely say the grip in this shoe is much better than the Novablast 4s. So that's really all I have to say on New Balance 1080 version 13s. I do recommend this shoe, and I'll probably will be picking myself up another pair, especially when they go on sale with the release of the 1080 version 14s. But thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more running videos.